Admit it, you aren't like them, you're not even close.
Be the guy who embraces the ugly, the miserable. Be the guy who embraces hard work, the grind. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid of sacrificing some blood.
Right now in life, your family is looking for that one guy right now. They're looking for that one guy who's strong, who's that pillar for the family in hard times. Make sure they look around and find you. These are the times right now for you to step up. Be that guy that can take anything. Stay hard.
People driving by me in life, the fuck's that guy doing up so late? Well, what's up so late mean? I don't know. It's the moments in life, the decisions you make on a moment-to-moment basis that add up to be the guy or not the guy. Tonight, I did something, that I feel more of a guy. For me, who I am, my guy.
Good man is a man who can protect and who can provide and who can serve, who can comfort, who can reprimand, who can discipline, whatever's necessary to make the world a little better because he passed through.
You're setting the example every single day of your life. And being civilized feels so good. I'm sorry, man. Once you get to the top, you may retire, but you ain't ever coming back home, man, because now you're judged. People see you falling off.
What's wild about the fear that people have when they're starting out is that they say things like, I have nothing going for me. I have no advantages. I have nothing to my name. I have no money. I have no network. I have no resources. It also means that you have nothing to lose, which makes you incredibly dangerous. And I think people wildly underestimate how many shots on goal you can take when you have nothing to lose. Whereas when someone has something to lose, they have to be more and more selective about the shots they take. And so you have the perfect conditions for taking risk, because the worst case scenario is baseline, is where you're currently at.
You'll never win your war by running from your battles. And so it's time to face your battles. It's gonna be hard, it's gonna be tough, you will be judged, but acceptance to me is one of the most powerful things you can do, is you can accept, okay, this is where I'm at with my life, and also accept that I don't have to stay there.
I wasn't born this motherfucker. I made him. At the bottom of insecurities, fear, self-doubt, lies, was me buried in the fucking fetal position. How I got out of that was recognizing it, being honest with it, being truthful with it, and then fixing it. We like to live on social media with lies about ourselves, how great we are. Get to the source and fix the problem.
Life's hard, and sometimes we don't need men's mental awareness. Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, is that what they call it? We need Men's Grow a Set Month. We need Men Stop Whining Month.
A lot of times, you got idea killers out here. And sometimes the idea killers and the dream killers be yourself. But don't be nobody else. You can have ideas, you can listen to me, you can listen to this person, that person. But at the end of the day, you gotta listen to self. Because you gotta get up and figure it out every fucking day while you're here. And you can't waste your time.
There's very little more that a man can ask for when he leaves this world than saying, look, I was known as an honest man. I was known as a very respectable man, and everybody that knew me respected me. They may not all liked me, but they all respected me. And everything else is really not that important. I like me. I like me. I would buy me a drink. I look at me now and I see all the warts. Okay, I see all the negatives more than anybody else does. I see the positives. And over the whole balance of stuff, I like me. And I can give myself the same grace. If you and I were friends, I can give myself the same grace I can give you, because I like me.
This is about self-awareness. Do you know yourself? This is about finally having the conversation that you need to have, and you need to tell your mother or father you're done living your life based on what they want. It's time for you to tell your spouse, sister, brother, husband that you're done living your life for them. Hardest conversation. I do not stand up here and say that so easily. I just know it's true.
It's so much easier to beat everyone else because most people are overweight, they're distracted, they're poor, they have so few skills because it has never been easier to start a business, to make money, to get in shape. It's just also never been easier to do nothing. And so in a world where it's never been easier to do nothing, doing something becomes extraordinary.
You're great enough, and I would tell you that you don't have to be perfect, and there's nobody who can tell your story like you. And when you realize that's your unique gift is yourself, there's nobody created like you, and it takes the pressure off of you. Because I tell people all the time, it's your story. You can talk about your story all day long. What happens is we're so afraid to be judged. And the thing that I like to share and what helped me is realizing people are judging you regardless.
We're here to get stronger. In order to get stronger, we must fail. Accept that, know that who we are right now is not who we are, but where we are. And we're going forward with the belief. Our belief, guys, drives this workouts. Believe in the difference you can be. Stop being average when your potential is crying to come outside and be more than that. That burn you feel, man, you gotta earn that burn, that pain. That means check, you did it right. Continue to do that. Nothing's in your way, man. You're a kid again with everything is a possibility. Two forms of pain. Pain that breaks you and the pain that changes you. That's the pain of a change right there. That's the pain of progress.
We're not men because we face the battle and we get immediately victory every time a battle comes up. We're men because we face the battle and we stay in the battle when we feel like we're losing and we feel like we're getting beat up. But we stay in there and we keep fighting and we plant our feet and we say, until death do I part. This is me, and I will fight this battle, regardless of what the battle is.
Time don't like nobody. Time hate all of us. Time is trying to stay away from us. You think I'm gonna waste the rest of the time that I got to be operating out here, crying and complaining, blaming somebody? No.
It's facing reality. Too many people run from it. You know, my quote is, you'll never win your war by running from your battles. And so you gotta step up and you gotta face it. I don't care what it is. It might be something in your past. It might suck to face it. For me, it was facing that my dream was over, my identity. So for somebody watching this, it might be a relationship, it might be a job, but I kept running. And the thing about it, like, you can run all you want, but reality is gonna be right there when you stop, and it's gonna chase you. Or even if it doesn't chase you, it's gonna be right there. You have to face it. So I really let people know that acknowledgement is power.
Today I was running, and this guy passes me in the car. It's about 100 degrees out here, 70% humidity. And the guy comes back around, looks at me. He pulls his car by me and says, "Why the fuck are you out here?" I said, "Because you're not." Sometimes your motivation needs to be because no one else wants to fucking do it. We need doctors. We need fucking lawyers. We need dentists. We need teachers. We also need fucking savages. This message I do is not for fucking everybody. So I don't want to see that soft bullshit about, do you have sunscreen on? This message is dangerous. It's too hot. I'm not asking you to fucking be like me. Do you? Stay hard.
You have to be willing to trade the things you love right now for the things you want. And you may not like the price of what you want, but you can't change the price. And so there's all this groveling that goes back and forth for younger men of like basically wishing it didn't cost this much time or cost as much failure or cost as much risk in order to get to where they want to go. And so they basically stomp their heels and then, you know, retreat inwards into their basement and video games and whatever else, rather than confronting their own inadequacy. Because the first thing you have to do is say, it's my fault. Everything that I have in my life is my fault. But if it's your fault, it's also under your control to change, because you cannot change what you do not control. And so to me, it's taking full accountability.
I hated jumping out of airplanes. I hated shooting guns. I hated the job as a Navy SEAL. But I did it because I wanted to change myself. Everything I do, I'm not really comfortable doing. But if you choose to go that route, to go be a Navy SEAL, you might as well go be the hardest motherfucker in the world. Because if you're choosing to do something, you have two routes. You can go there and be a little weak person and get through barely, and that's your reputation. Or you can go through the hardest guy you can possibly be, and that's your reputation. So my whole thing is, if you're gonna choose to open that fucking door in Iraq or Afghanistan, open the motherfucker and go in hard. Because they're gonna remember you by slowly opening it and peeking in. So if you're gonna open it, and you made the mind to open it, don't crack it open. Open the fucking door, go in. That's with life. If you're choosing to do something, attack it. You have to make those insecurities, those fears. Like when I was 300 pounds, I didn't have any drive. I'm gonna go be a Navy SEAL. What kind of stupid shit is that, 300 pounds? There wasn't like a drive to go be a Navy SEAL. I was an insecure, lying kid, afraid. I had to look at my insecurities and in my fear and find drive in that. We're all looking for passion. Passion's all around you. You have a whole fucking stack of it all around you. It's your insecurities, all that shit. You gotta dive deep in that shit. It's all in there. All the energy and fuel you need is right in yourself. It's all there. You got a lot of stuff to do to overcome. And that's where I found it. I found it right there in my own insecurities. I found drive in my own insecurities. And that's the most powerful thing in the world. When you can find drive in your own doubt, fear, insecurities, you become very unstoppable.
When you say you're gonna do something and then you follow through and you do it, not at the end when you cross the marathon, you finish it, or your hands raised. I'm talking about right now. The small steps in between the big successes everyone sees. No one sees this. Right now, I'm saying, like, there's a confidence to it, man. There's a bad motherfucker that's right here, that's getting ahead of the competition. There's an overwhelming sense of fulfillment and pride and satisfaction with that. I didn't have to shoot up anything. I didn't have to drink anything. I didn't have to go party anything. All I had to do was just go work out. And now what's going to happen is a residual effect of that. Not only does my body grow from my belief in whatever my current endeavors are, they seem closer. They seem like, I can reach out and grab them now. And you don't get that sense of confidence by going through society's rhyme to reasons. You do your own thing, especially when everyone else isn't doing it and they call you crazy, whatever else. Oh, you're in here and people driving by you in life. The fuck's that guy doing up so late?
If you have a belief and you can't explain why you believe it, it's not yours, it's someone else's. And most people walk around parroting other people's words for the vast majority of their lives. And so they basically act as recorders, where they clicked record at one point of their life and then they click play in another time of their life, and they're just clicking record, play, record, play, record, play over and over again. And the reason there's that, in my opinion, that other self that's behind it is because none of those words are yours. And so it makes sense that people feel alone and they feel like they're acting because they never say what they think. And as a result, they also sound like everyone else because they were never themselves to begin with.
Bet against me. Tell me it's not going to happen. Tell me it's going to fail. I love it. I love every minute of it.
The old down to me said I couldn't do it. The old said I couldn't do it. Look at me now.
They wrote me off. I ain't right back though. That's the problem. I ain't right back. Let's go.
I'm going to show you how great I am.
In that dark room is who you are. But in that dark room is where you have to create another human being that walks out of that dark room.
You need something you need something to get out of bed for and fight for.
If there's potential inside of you, which you know it's there, but you're too scared to tell anyone else about it, and you go on and on, get older and older and older and older, and the windows of opportunity start to close, and you knew it could have been given birth to, but you never did it, I promise you, it will haunt you. It'll be more, it's a living nightmare, dude.
How did you get mentally and emotionally so strong where it doesn't bother you?
You kind of got to get over yourself. Like, it's not about you, man. Like, okay, you feel embarrassed. You're not that important. Like, get over yourself.
Yeah, that's where you go.
Get over yourself.
You are all listening to a lot of they, and almost always they are losing, and they just want you to lose too. They may not realize it. I don't know if you've heard it. It's called Misery Loves Company.
I want to see what you can accomplish through hard work, through dedication, through commitment, through teamwork.
When you go through the discomfort, you got to go through the pain and suffering, but your life becomes great. If you choose comfort, you go through pain and suffering, and you end up hating your life. Both are uncomfortable in their own right. You just got to know when to make the choice.
My friends, you've got to stop listening to they, and you need to lean into being unwavering.
My edge was my intensity. My edge was my focus and my commitment. You know, I put everything into the game. I prepared, I dreamt about it, I visualized it. I always prepared myself mentally for whatever is coming.
That fact that you have the ability to do something and you're too weak to turn the key and start the engine on it is a greater disappointment and a greater burden to carry than any of this physical sweat equity or pain in the gym or sacrifice. All that is just nothing compared to a life where you're burdened by regret, guys.
You need to be afraid of the right thing, and you should be afraid of contaminating your soul with deceit. That's what you should be afraid of. That will definitely do you in, and I know exactly how. What happens is, you know, garbage in, garbage out, the old programmer saying goes, and so you'll fill your head with nonsense and no one will call you on it except you, but you can still that voice if you try hard enough.
Right, like you're worried about how people may perceive you, and like you're walking around and it's embarrassing because you shot 5 air balls. Get over yourself, right? And then after that, it's okay, well, why did those air balls happen? Got it.
I don't listen to all that bullshit. I listen to motherfuckers like this, man. What's wrong, man? I'm fucking tired, dude. Why are you tired? Because tomorrow, I gotta do the fucking shit again, man. Whatever the shit is that made me fucking nauseous and sick to my stomach, it made me hurt. There's no ending. And that's the person I listen to. That's the person who's gained knowledge. You gain knowledge through suffering. And on the other end of suffering is a world that very few have ever seen. It's a beautiful world, because that's where you find yourself.
You're standing at the precipice, the edge of the greatest move in your life, and the time is now like never before to take a leap of faith. It takes faith to jump off of the edge. It takes faith to step into your purpose. It takes faith to step into your destiny. It takes faith to pull away from everything that is familiar, to step into uncharted territory, to become the person you were born to be. It takes faith. Can you disappear for 30 days? Put in the work.
And that's something, right? To fight, let's say, against hell and for heaven. That's something to fight for, especially
when you say you're going to do something and then you follow through and you do it. Not at the end when you cross the marathon, you finish it, or your hands raised. I'm talking about right now. The small steps in between the big successes that everyone sees. No one sees this. Right now, I'm saying, like, there's a confidence to it, man. There's a bad mother that's right here, that it's getting ahead of the competition. There's an overwhelming sense of fulfillment and pride and satisfaction with that. I didn't have to shoot up anything. I didn't have to drink anything. I didn't have to go party anything. All I had to do was just go work out. And now what's going to happen is a residual effect of that. Not only does my body grow, but my belief in whatever my current endeavors are, they seem closer. They seem like, I can reach out and grab them now. And you don't get that sense of confidence by going through society's rhyme the reasons. You do your own thing, especially when everyone else isn't doing it and they call you crazy or whatever else. Oh, you're in here and people driving by being like, what the f*** that guy doing up so late? Well, what's up so late mean? I don't know. It's the moments in life, the decisions you make on a moment-to-moment basis that add up to be the guy or not the guy.
You're already stuck. You want it, and yet you can't jump. And courage should be applauded. Courage needs to be understood. And courage's relationship with adaptability is a very big deal. I promise you, You will never regret your acts of courage, ever.
I want you to think about me knowing that I'm comfortable being very uncomfortable. And I want you to think about when you went through fucking Hell Week, how uncomfortable you were and how bad you wanted to quit, knowing I'm not thinking that fucking way. So the dark side is something that I've designed. It's an evil place I can go that very few things can hurt me. I use the hurt you're trying to put on me, I flip it upside down and use it. You trying to use it for kryptonite? No, it's power pillars for me. I'm using it for strength. How you address it is you face it. You face it every day. You face it every single day of your life where you say, okay, like if you're fat and you need to lose weight, it's patience. It's patience in this fact of accepting who you are right now. I'm fat, I don't like myself. Accepting the fact that if you lose 3 or 4 pounds, that's a huge accomplishment. You have to live in your own world. You cannot judge yourself. That's why social media and all these things are horrible. You can't judge yourself off of the so-called competition that we have made up in our mind. The things that, how people look, how people act, how smart someone is. This is a race that you run completely alone.
Why are you so antisocial? Because I'm trying to get it.
I don't want to live in a hole anymore, and I'm going to do something about it.
I became obsessed with being the baddest motherfucker that God ever created.
I got my MTV out.
Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm not gonna stay fucking lying down. I'm not. I can't do it, man.
You kept going. You pushed through. You kept your head held high. Why was you working so hard? Because you were trying to get it.
How big would you dream if you knew you couldn't fail? The only thing stopping us is ourselves.
Come on. Get it. 17. You don't know me, son. Get it. 18. You don't know me, son. Get it. 19. You don't know me, son. Yeah.
That's not all you got. You thought you were empty, but you got a half tank left. And that's all you need to get where you're going. You can fill up later. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Sometimes you got to sit with the pain until the pain passes. Sometimes pain will immobilize you, but as long as you can feel it, you can push it. Without pain, without sacrifice, we have nothing. Without pain, without sacrifice, we have nothing.
I'm not saying you shouldn't have goals, but you should be grinding for grinding's sake. You know, you should grind because that's what you do. You're passionate about what you do, you know, and so you're waking up every day with this concept of, I have 24 hours and they're mine. This 24 hours belongs to me. Right. And whatever I do in this 24 hours will determine where I'll be tomorrow and the next day. And I think that's what people need to focus on.
Give me all that work. Give me all that work, my friend, because I need it. I need it to make me stronger. I need it to make me powerful. I need it to make me better, my friend. So give me all that work. Give me all that work, my friend.
And he texted me. He's like, well, Cole, what that means is that your grandparents, from living in a stone house with stone walls and a dirt floor, and then us going into the construction industry, barely making it by just so we could do 50% better than our parents, to you now living in $1 million home, impacting thousands and thousands of lives, earning 7 figures. You've taken our name from sleeping on the dirt to $1 million mansions in the course of 3 generations, and our ancestors would be proud of you. Like, that is why I work so hard. Like that, I literally got goosebumps right now. Like, that is why I f***ing grind. I'm not about this complaining bullshit. People complain about their situation and then do nothing about it, and it makes no fucking sense to me.
Please, don't give up. Remember, this is the grind. Find a way to push through the suffering and discomfort. And I promise you, there is something great waiting for you on the other side. Just keep grinding. Don't give up. This is not the time.
You don't live it like I do.
Yeah.
Like I lived it and I'm still living it. Like, do you know where I'm gonna end up?
Right.
The tippy fucking top. You know where I'm now? Upper middle. So I'm patient, I'm grinding, I'm here, I'm hustling down there, I'm fucking hustling, patient for where mine, like, final stop is gonna be. You're just not patient. Like if you're feeling any angst, it's because you don't love the process more than the results. You're thinking about $10,000 a month in AdSense instead of loving the fucking dirt and loving this grind moment. And the second you fall in love with the grind, for real, 19 years of it, not a month. When you fucking really fall in love with the grind and sit here, and then your talent is gonna take you where it's gonna take you.
Listen, can't nobody grind harder than his sister. If you grind equal with me, let's do it. But like Will Smith said when he was being interviewed once, you know what I'm talking about.
I'm about to die on the treadmill.
I'm gonna die on the treadmill. I'm gonna die on the treadmill. So I had no wonder. There's no more time anybody can give. I was opening the doors and shutting the doors. I would turn the light on in the morning. I would turn it out at night. I promise you, it wasn't that. It was, I know that I can touch more of me for me, not for anybody else. I had no guilt if I left this planet and I had only done what I did. I'm cool. I played full out for you, but I didn't play full out.
When you are committed, you give everything you have. Every single week, every single day, every single hour, every single minute, 720 hours a month. You are beating on your craft. Even when you're at work, you're dreaming, you're thinking, you're vision casting, you're writing it down, making it plain, communicating to your destiny connections so that it can become a reality. If you can see it in your head, you can hold it in your hands. But the question I want to ask you is, are you committed?
My truth and my experience has been, I have to jump higher. I have to show up earlier. I have to be the first person to turn off the light and the last person to turn off the light. I have to make sure that every number is correct and every T is crossed and every die is dotted. The way that I show up is by being consistent, so consistent that people cannot doubt your capacity to succeed. You have to work harder than the average person. And if you accept those terms, you cannot complain about those terms. I have only known success on the back of consistency. Do I think you could be a success without being consistent? Perhaps, if you have other resources and tools that I was never given. But coming from where I am, my perspective has only been consistency, and the discipline has been everything that I have ever gotten on the back of doing it again and again and again. It is what I teach, it is what I preach, it is what I believe.
You've got to want to grind. You've got to learn to love that. You've got to learn to love to put in the work, to be proud of yourself that you showed up and put in the work, to be proud of yourself that you taught yourself how to suffer, to be proud of yourself that you're developing a mindset where you believe I can do anything I set my mind to. And by the way, once you believe that you can do anything you set your mind to without limitation, how you spend your time becomes a spiritual consideration. Know more about what you're doing than anyone else in the world, and grind, baby, grind.
It's time to wake up. Stop making excuses. Stop justifying your laziness. Stop choosing mediocrity. Wake up! Be better than who you used to be. Be better than who you are right now. Everybody else puts off everything until tomorrow, but not you. You are going to choose to be better today. You are going to push through the struggles and hardships that come up this year. You are going to grind until you are exhausted, till you feel like you have nothing more, and then grind harder.
When you get to where you want to go in life, when you finally get there, you finally reach that point, and you're there, and you're happy as hell. Realize this, you're not there yet. When you get that feeling that you arrived, be afraid.
Right.
Be truly afraid, because now you start to do this. Slowly die.